Hey guys, how you doing? Ray here again. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, it's Nitro Show. Well, I put out a video last week, and it was about tuning nitro buggy engines, and I got some responses about it, and somebody had asked me, Ray, what if I really screw up my engine and twist and turn the screws every which way and I don't know what I've done? How do I fix that? Well, most of these engines, guys, have, if you call the companies up, or you might have a brochure that came with it. If it's a Team Losi, you can call Horizon Hobby. If it's Kyosho, you can call Kyosho America. If it's Associated, you can call them. Sometimes, like with this vehicle, they give you the factory settings of how to fix it if you screw it up. And for this particular one, to give you an example of how this one is done, the low-speed mixture, low-speed needle, they're telling you you're going to turn this thing all the way in, and then you're going to back it out 6.5 to 6 3/4 turns out, which means you would be going counterclockwise to back it out. And for the high speed, they're telling you to turn it all the way in, which would be going clockwise till it bottoms out. And then you would turn it back counterclockwise 2.5 to 2 3/4 turns out. And as far as the idle speed, they'd want it 0.5 millimeter. So just a little gap when you look down that carburetor mouth. So that's pretty good. That basically answers your question to one of my subscribers. You really have to either get in touch with the company that made the vehicle. They would have the information for you with the tech support, or if they're kind enough, like Associated was, to give it to you in this brochure. Team Associated, guys, have been around a long time. They gave an endless amount of information with this truck. And I really don't want to get into talking about the truck because that's not what this is about. But I'm going to read you some general information. I made a very in-depth video a long time ago on nitro engines, how to tune them. And I don't know if people are having trouble finding them on my site or not. But I'm going to give you some real professional general information right out of Associated's manual here. I'm going to read it to you, okay? As far as let's understand first of all the nitro engine, what the terms rich and lean, what they actually mean. All right. All right. Your carburetor has screws that regulate how much air and fuel enter the engine together. The air-fuel mixture, okay, guys, is what is going to be controlled by your low-speed needle and the high-speed. Alright, now the low speed, like I said in my other video, is going to control you from a dead stop to mid speed. And then the high speed needle, which is the other needle you adjust, takes over from mid to top speed. Alright, now an air-fuel mixture that is set too rich means that there is too much fuel, and a mixture that is too lean means that there is not enough fuel for the given amount of air. Okay? When the mixture is too rich, performance will be sluggish. One symptom of this is excessive amount of smoke from the exhaust. There is also a potential to foul out the glow plug when the mixture is too rich. When the mixture is too lean, there is not enough fuel to cool or lubricate the internal engine components, and damage to the engine and or glow plug is almost certain. Turn the high-speed mixture screw clockwise to lean the mixture. This decreases fuel flow for the given amount of air. Turn the screw clockwise to richen the mixture and increase the amount of fuel to be mixed with the air. Okay? So that really gives you a little bit of an understanding of what these screws are doing. You're basically trying to get a happy medium of air to fuel mixture, okay, for these things to run right. Now, in this book they're recommending not trying to tune your engine until this is somewhere between the 4th and the 6th tank of fuel. It says the inner engine parts should be settled and broken in by then, at that point. And that's pretty much right, because I usually do mine around the 5th or 6th tank. You have to have some kind of a heating. Losi makes a good one, or if you're running a telemetry system, you have to have a way of checking the temperature, the heat on these engines. Alright guys, you can't really mess around with these things without it, because how are you going to know what temperature it's running at? Alright, so you either have to have a heat gauge to check the heat temperature, temp gauge, or you have to have a telemetry system, which is going to tell you on your actual controller. Alright, and you know, basically there's no big science to this, and it's just basically, I think each engine is going to be a little bit differently, how they tune. They may all look the same, but they are very different. And that's basically what it's about. Alright. The other thing they're saying here, which I always say, is when you're turning these screws, 1/8 of an inch turns, guys. If you don't know what 1/8 of an inch is, look on a ruler and have somebody help you and show you what 1/8 of an inch is. And I'm not trying to say that to be sarcastic, because some people might not know what a small increment like that is. Okay, so if you need to look on a ruler and have somebody help you, or Google search it so you know, because that's a very key part to tuning these things, guys. It's a very small increment. Now for anybody who is having trouble, this gives a nice troubleshooting guide here. They're going to be talking about cooling problems, fuel mixture problems, glow plug problems, and flooding the engine. Now they're saying here, let's do first, the engine will not start. We'll go through that. I'll give you the problem, and then they give you the solution. Okay, if it won't start, out of fuel, solution, fill the fuel tank. It could also have improper or contaminated fuel, replace the fuel. The glow starter could not be charged. You got to charge up your glow starter. Could have a bad glow plug, replace your glow plug. If the engine is flooded, you're basically just going to take out your glow plug, turn the engine upside down, and dump any excess fuel out of the engine. If it's overheating, they're saying to allow the engine to cool, and then richen the fuel mixture. Also, the carburetor could be incorrectly adjusted. You have to readjust that. The exhaust, if the exhaust is blocked, clean the exhaust system, obviously. And if the air filter is very dirty, that can also block it up. You've got to clean your filter. If the starter, if you're using a starter, a pull start, that can cause problems. All right. If the problem is it won't pull, these are some of the solutions here. The engine is flooded. Okay, you've got to, like I said, take out the plug, empty the fuel out of the engine. The rope is jammed. You've got to repair that. And if the engine is seized, you've got to examine the engine for any kind of damage. That's basically if you were running it so hot that it just seized up on you. If the engine starts then stalls, okay, the idle speed is set too low, increase the idle speed. You could have air bubbles in the fuel line, check for any holes in the fuel line. If the glow plug is fouled, you've got to obviously replace it. If the engine is overheated, you've got to let it cool down a little bit and then richen it up. You can have insufficient fuel tank pressure. You've got to replace the pressure hose and blockage at the exhaust header fitting. You have to check that out. Check the flow to and from the tank. Alright. Now, if the engine is sluggish, poor performance, the high-speed fuel mixture is too rich, set the high-speed mixture to a leaner setting. You could have a leaking glow plug. you got to check the glow plug, the gasket out. The fuel, it says fuel bad or contaminated. You got to replace your fuel. You could have a dirty carburetor blocked. You clean your carburetor out. The engine is overheating. Stop the engine. You got to find the cause. It's just saying here. Engine overgeared for the application. Use a lower gear ratio. If the clutch is slipping, you got to replace the clutch shoes. Usually with the clutch you can tell if the vehicle just, when you start it, if it starts running by itself, starting to roll off. Now let's see what else here. And bound up, the drivetrain could be bound up too if it's not running smoothly. The engine overheats. High-speed fuel mixture is too lean. Richen it up. Cooling air is being blocked. Okay, to the head. Make sure the head is getting enough air on it. Could be excessive nitro fuel. You just could have too much in that particular gallon you bought. Excessive load on the engine. Check for any kind of bound up, any kind of weeds or anything in the drivetrain. And if it's overheating, the low speed mixture is too lean. You've got to richen up the low speed also. It's saying here, okay, if the engine hesitates or stumbles, high speed mixture is too lean, richen the high speed mixture. Low speed mixture is too rich, okay, lean the low speed mixture. Engine overheated, stop the engine and find the cause. Once again, air bubbles in the fuel line, check for holes. Glow plug could be fouled out. Usually after you break in an engine, always change your glow plug, guys. And let's move down to engine stalls instantly when throttle is fully opened from an idle. You're flooring it off the line. Glow plug is fouled, replace the plug. The low speed mixture is too lean. You got to richen that up. Or the high speed mixture is too rich. Notice how he said one is too lean, one is too rich. You got to get those set right, guys. Engine stalls while you're driving around turns. Usually the fuel level is low and it's swashing around in the tank, or the idle speed is set too low. You got to increase the idle speed. So I just read you a lot of great tips here, guys. I hope that this helps you out. You know, and it's basically like they say here, it's just getting a feel for your engine, your vehicle. I have 3 different vehicles with nitro engines, and they're all different. They all react different. They all tune different. I hope that this really gives you a little bit more insight and helps you out, and gives you some good information. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.